Welcome to another episode of Test Chamber, everyone. I am Andrew Reiner. Today we got Andy McNamara here.
Hello, how you doing?
Good. We've been playing a lot of Destiny Office, Andy included, and Dan Tack is going to be playing with Matt Miller. We're not going to hear Matt Miller.
Listen to this from an old warlock, Osiris.
So we're taking on the Queen's Wrath. This is Destiny's, I don't know, first story DLC, I guess you could call it, or first story patch?
Sure, so what we're looking at is a bunch of bounties that give new reputation, to get new gear, and apparently there are new story, we're going through new story missions, or old story missions in new ways. This is a hard difficulty, epic difficulty, Shrines of Oryx encounter. I believe this is a regular story mission. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, and they call it an event more than anything, as opposed to like being an expansion or anything like this.
Yeah.
This is a limited timed event that you can go and do in the world of Destiny.
Yeah, this one will be live for I think 2 weeks. The vendor has various legendary and exclusive gear tied to the reputation of this event.
And this is a level 24. It's listed as a level 24 story mission. Dan Miller and Dan's friend are all level 26 here.
So we're gonna get smoked. This is very hard with the epic modifier, which means lots of yellow enemies, and very aggressive, which means they're gonna kill us while we spawn.
These are just the mobs in the world, so
these don't
really
trash
matter.
mobs.
They got to get down inside to where the action is. But thus far, this new content is old content. I have run through this hallway about 1 billion times.
Yeah, and it's a little misleading because it's the Queen's Wrath. They talk about the Reef, but there's no signs of the Queen or anything Reef activity outside of the mobs, right? The enemy type.
That is correct.
Yeah, I was really excited. I was hoping there was going to be a public space on basically in the Reef that we were going to get to use for this event. So a little disappointed by that news, as I think Miller was as well. But, you know, if this is a cool new story mission, it'll be awesome. That guy blew your face off.
He did, and we're not even like in the darkness yet.
But these are mobs. These are mobs that tune to your level for the event. You are no longer in
We're not in
the public space anymore.
I guess there's a hope of maybe a new boss. We'll see.
It's possible, but let's see what there is. I mean,
thus far this looks exactly like previous missions.
Right.
I wouldn't put it past Destiny to recycle more content.
Sure. That looks like what's going on here. And the bounties are all sort of, the Queen's bounties are all kind of stuff you've already been doing. Get X headshots, kill X mobs. Although they do award different reputation.
I'm a little disappointed that they gave us 6 more bounties this week, but still only 5 bounty slots. That is a really annoying part of the game right now, the limited quest log.
So, yeah, I mean... Yeah, if you don't like your bounties, at least you've got 18, I guess, to pick from now, instead of 12 every day.
It'll make sure that you have to go to the tower and go with that loading multiple times
We're being way
an hour.
Here, guys.
Yeah, you should be able to have as many bounties as you want. They're all just feats, right?
I mean, I think I like it. I mean, I understand limiting them, but I mean, when you have 18 available, it should probably be 10, I think.
Well, and it's also limiting between the competitive and cooperative components. Like, maybe have 5 of each.
They want you to sort of grab them based on playstyle, because otherwise you can just stack them up infinitely. So I get why there's a space.
Yeah.
Now have shields on them.
But it might be low, especially considering they want you to be doing your regulars along with Queens this week.
Well, I have 2 of those exotic bounties in mind, so now I'm stuck with 3 empty slots. It's pretty brutal.
I wish
I mean,
I
know it's first world problems.
What level are you up to, Andy?
I'm 25, very close to 26 if I could just get an item to drop. I played like 12 hours yesterday and got 0 improvements. No. And, you know, I got the classic legendary drops that then turn into blues. Everyone's familiar with that.
I would take those. I'm still level 21, so I'm still in the world of blue is still powerful for me.
That guy's going to need... his shield taken down.
Yeah, he is.
You know, for people that don't know or do know, as you play the harder and harder levels, the guy's shields, what color their shields are, determines what weapon will remove that. So, like, he's got a blue shield, so the... what is that actually called? The, like, blue,
I think that's arc.
Yeah, the arc will do the most damage and remove the shield the easiest. So if you have that weapon... like in a fusion rifle, it works great for taking down those shields.
Yeah, in some of the really hard content, you sort of need to have special weapon damage types, like for the Nightfall missions.
It certainly helps. I mean, I don't know if you need to, but I mean, it helps. They hurt.
Yeah, we have explored them all. Exactly.
And this still continues to be very familiar.
Yeah, it hasn't taken a turn down into a new area yet. I'm hoping maybe there'll be a door that opens or something like that. But
I honestly don't think we're doing anything new here. This is just sort of a different take on
but
an existing.
I got to tell you, this is going better because, you know, last week, you know, I know Dan tried as well. We tried to do the weekly, and it was level 22, and it was only heroic, and passing that second part was really hard.
They actually, in this week's patch, they lowered the difficulty of that.
Yeah, they removed majors from them, from a lot of things.
Going to make a big difference, I bet, because those majors were the problem.
They definitely were the problem. So that will help. They'll have a lot less health, a lot less shields, I assume. So I'm interested to see if I can accomplish those things now, because they were tough.
I think they knew that some of them were overtuned. That one definitely was.
But this far, I mean, I'm actually surprised you guys are doing as well as you are.
Oh, this isn't a weekly heroic, so we're not actually going to be getting any strange coins or anything. I don't think it's a reward.
Yeah, this is just a story mission.
It's just a story mission, but there's a reward at the end, right?
Yeah, well, we'll see what
Plot.
that is.
Plot? Oh, there's not going to be any plot. We all know there's not going to be any plot. That is 100%
There's going to be
sure.
some serious plot development. Floaty Orb is going to tell me that the Hive are coming.
Or you're going to find some strange artifact that they won't reveal what it is.
Right.
If you're lucky.
So yeah, this is all very familiar territory.
Yeah. I mean, this is following the story mode to a T thus far.
Correct. It looks like that's what...
I'm liking that we're pulling with all three classes here, right? Don't we have a Warlock, a Hunter, and a Titan?
Yep, that's Matt Miller.
He's fallen,
Right,
just as crazy
Um,
as we are.
Oh, we just got to the...
Here we go, guys.
Okay. I remember this mission.
Yeah. So, work your way across here. So they don't have...
The Yellow Knight.
we haven't seen anything really new yet.
Nope.
So that's a little unfortunate. I know I ran down here in pure excitement of trying to see new things for the event. I guess I need to start lowering my expectations.
Wait, this was
Now-
kind of billed as something like it was going to be a big new thing, like a new story thing, but it's
Well, I don't know.
so far 100% just going through the same zone.
I don't know if
maybe
it was
a new
ever really
enemy
built that way.
arrangement.
Like it was in the, it was in the monthly content map, but I don't know if it was ever like, oh, we got tons of new stuff coming.
Yeah, they never really hyped it up very
Yeah.
much. I mean, they said it's an event, and this is definitely an event. And will I do this event? Like, will I play the hell out of this event this week? Yes.
You know you will. And we're all going to be farming Queen Rep for,
Yeah,
for unique
so-
items.
To say I'm not going to do this is different than am I disappointed in its lack of variety?
Right.
And I'm a little disappointed in the lack of variety. I mean, I also, in my like dream world that I apparently like build things up to be, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, they have a lot of tile sets that are like in ships and things like that. I thought, the reef has all those, ships that are crashed. They might make a level that is,
Like a Star Destroyer?
yeah, like inside a ship. I thought that was doable, right? With tile sets they have. So I was looking forward to something like that. Once again, I am wrong, but this is not the first time I've been wrong about something.
Well, I guess maybe that hope should be shifted to what, December? Is that when the paid DLC starts coming?
That would be the first. Ooh, the darkness consumes.
Yeah.
That's when the first like what is it?
Expansion?
Yeah, the first expansion one I think is supposed to be in that time frame.
So
Which is the Dark
news.
Below? Is that the one that's the Dark Below? The World Below? Something like that.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see the reef eventually.
Yeah.
And good news about this event, if you want to do it with your friends, this doesn't have the no respawn sort of thing where you have to pick your friends up. There is a timer. So if you just want to have your friend run around while you res, if it's too uncomfortable to get to him, that's a little easier than the heroic modes.
The classic strategy of just run around.
Yeah, it's a popular one.
It is a very popular strategy, and I have used it myself many times. Run and jump, run and jump, run and jump.
Sometimes you shoot.
Sometimes you shoot. Sometimes you turn around and go, keep running and jumping.
Yeah.
But I guess they are supporting the game, weekly stuff.
No, it's stuff.
People are tuning in every week. We got excited, like Andy said. He ran down here to see what it was.
I mean, it's
and we're putting in time. A lot of people in the office are grinding like you wouldn't believe to level up in this. And I think that's testament just to how much fun it is once you get into those firefights.
It is fun. It is addictive. It certainly has that reward loop feel that you can find in an MMO, or I guess a modern ARPG like Diablo 3.
Yeah, I mean, we're working very hard, I guess, as a group. We want to get into the raid. We have not done that yet.
We're going to.
Yeah, I mean, we have jobs, but I mean, we are looking forward to it. Hopefully soon. We're getting very close in our grind.
We have full-time jobs, but we're still putting in 12 hours.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, they put a cap on how many marks you can get in a week, and when you don't have good drops or don't get any luck, you are kind of mark limited, and legendary items are 65 normally. I think 120 for a helm. So
the helm is expensive. The other pieces you can get pretty easily. That's what I'm wearing right now, PvP gear. You can get legendaries.
It's a pretty nice move by your friend there, putting the shield down.
Yeah, it's a super handy move to have.
Yeah, I've been very, like, I think one of the things I will say about the game that I haven't played the Warlock or the Titan yet. I play a Hunter, but you know, I don't look at the other classes and go, oh, they're way overpowered. But I look at those other classes and I go, wow, they're really useful. Like I like the kind of balance that every class brings.
Especially if you play Control or anything like that. That shield is very handy.
I think the Titan might be more handy in PvE like this. Like all my ult's been doing is getting us killed, as you've noticed, probably. Putting us in really awkward situations.
Nice job.
Yeah, certainly the specials for the Titan and the Wizard are better for groups.
Yeah, absolutely.
than just like, I'm a blade dancer.
Which is pretty cool, like, you know, in PvP, but in PvE it's like, yeah, here I go. I'm gonna go get myself killed.
Yeah, you're gonna go get yourself killed. I mean, it's good for mobs, but it has its limited uses on bosses or harder encounters.
Yeah, even the majors and stuff, they'll just punch you in the face.
Yep, and it's over.
And if you're looking to take on this mission, you first have to turn in one of the Queen's bounties at the tower.
Yes, you can turn in any one of the Queen's bounties.
So, Tack, you said the easiest one out of the launch one was what?
It was collect 200 fallen drops or whatever. And you can do that in about 5 minutes if you just go to Venus, take a right, I mean a left. Take a left.
Other right.
Take a left at Venus, right when you start on the patrol. There's a platform with a recurring Hive Major. Oh, I think we hit a checkpoint, though, so we should be okay.
Take a left at Venus?
So go to Venus Patrol, take the left route. There's going to be a platform there with a consistently respawning easy fallen major that you can farm for these drops. There's probably better ways to do it, but it took me about 5 minutes.
And also, only one person needed to do it, by the way.
Yeah, Matt Miller didn't do it, or our friend here, so they were allowed to join Dan Tack. But otherwise, if you don't have that bounty turned in, it will be grayed out on your map.
But I mean, the reality is, if you care enough to be watching this video, you probably are going to do all those bounties yourself.
Maybe called in sick to work, as someone on Twitter pointed out.
By the way, I'm getting sick right now.
I'm getting real sick. I need some Queen's Rep.
It's the only thing that'll cure me. You're right there on the edge.
It is fights like this that make me wish I kept playing my Titan instead of my Hunter.
And then when you're in the tower, where you turn in bounties or where you pick up bounties, there is a staircase leading upstairs. There was a blocked door there before. That door is now open, and that's where the Queen's emissary is. She sells different armors and different things you can get, capes and all that stuff.
Do her lips move?
No.
You were hoping, though, Andrew.
You know, it's an observation. There's 2 moving sets of lips. No, 3. Your character's lips move as well.
I'm a dreamer.
The Queen, what do we call her? Her brother, Marilyn Manson?
Oh, yeah, that guy. Oh, man.
They have moving lips, but there's 3 sets of moving lips in the game.
So I wonder if, you know, their patch notes today were pretty limited. They didn't say whether they addressed, you know, the treasure cave today. Yeah. We also don't know if. I don't think they need to necessarily nerf the treasure cave. I think they just need to make it where items drop more consistently, like greens and blues for that matter, just in strikes and story
They
missions.
don't need to kill the cave. They need to make it
interesting
need to
when you
incentivize
play.
other
Yeah.
behavior that makes
Exactly.
you not want to do the cave.
Correct. Because it's kind of ridiculous to me that you play the game and you do a strike and you come out of a strike with less marks, less rep, and less items than you do running around doing patrols in public quests.
Yeah, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
And that's just the wrong. I think that's the wrong approach. So hopefully they will fix that to let people who enjoy strikes, like myself. I know you're kind of meh on them overall.
I've started
I like
to
them a
enjoy
lot.
them. I've taken to them a little bit.
I think they're a lot of fun, and I would do them. I would gladly farm them if I felt like I was farming anything other than just marks.
Right.
And to some degree, a little bit of gear. Yeah.
Jam that
Awakened
button.
Dead Ghost.
Yeah, I never picked him up, huh?
Nice work.
You know me in story missions. I love it so much.
Yeah. This last boss should be interesting, though. I have a feeling you guys are going to own him. That's a lot of.
We're not
Oh my
owning
God.
anything.
Oh.
You get inside.
So what is the elite modifier? Did you happen to look at it, like hover
Yeah.
over it and see what it said?
Said there are more yellow mobs and they're more aggressive.
Okay. All right. Yellow mob's aggressive.
Come on, new boss.
And we all know from trying to take on Fogoth last week that yellow mobs are a real problem.
Yes.
Especially hive ones.
Well, if they put out a lot of wizards and a lot of
Yes.
knights, it hurts.
It's really, really unmanageable real fast.
Because yeah, when you start to fall behind, and that's the thing too, knights. I mean, knights are vicious in that they have great melee. That range attack sucks if it hits you, and
Out under the shrine.
they have a
I'll
shield.
look for
I mean,
a
they're pretty brutal.
Yeah.
As far as things go.
These don't seem to have the impact modifier though, which is great since they're getting like
Some of
knocked
them
back and
guys are
stuff by our
ready.
shots.
Yeah, the angry.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah,
already got it.
I never thought angry was that hard until it like when you have to fight the guys with the shields and they don't
care.
They don't
They just
care.
don't
They
care.
just sit there with that shield. It makes them very difficult.
Didn't you do this in the other story mission?
As far as I can tell, this is simply
This is the story mission previously.
yeah with some modifiers. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, there is this. I have this whole thing memorized, including the deaths that are about to come.
That's good.
Here he comes.
Wait, here who comes?
I think I hear some big giant creature, right?
There he is. Yeah, he's out.
Yeah. Wow, he's out. Okay.
Yeah, he's out. You should run up and blade dance
Yeah.
with him. It's
My
going to
team
go
would
really well.
love me for doing that.
And from what I'm hearing and what I read on Twitter is legendary dropped for this. You get
Really?
armor and a gun.
No.
Yeah. That could be a legend on Twitter.
That could be
see.
Twitter legends.
You're saying just for completing this,
I
you
think
get,
so, yeah.
That's redonkulous.
That sounds great. That sounds great.
Like,
Can we-
people are freaking out on Twitter over this.
I mean, then I got to
I
go
am really
home and
horrible.
play this right away.
No, you're coming
because-
down with something, Andy.
I really
You
am
gotta
because that's that's not very legendary. I mean, just doing this one mission gets you all that.
We'll see.
Let's find out.
That's not okay. Now I kind of want
this
you
is-
guys to
this is-
fail because I'm gonna fall behind the gear curve that I'm already behind.
This isn't a complete walk in the park. We are level 26. I mean,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That it would be expected that you are
weakened.
you have a fair amount of
Destroyed.
legendaries to get
They-
to 26. Right?
yeah. I mean,
You
this-
need 3, I guess, basically, or 2 and an exotic.
Like
or
with any
2
event-
with plenty of shards.
I would expect this to be, they want it to be reasonably completable for like a little. Ooh.
You did.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
my gosh.
man.
Well, hello.
You needed something out there.
That is some
Good
good
God.
loot.
Can we do that again?
Not anymore.
Andy just
Wow.
ran out of here.
Yeah, wow. Jeez.
Queen guards. All right, I gotta see this.
That's
Nice job,
nice.
guys. That was impressive.
So all the negative things I just said about this story mode went right out the window once
So-
they threw the legendaries down.
Although it is old content, there are new items,
like a new
and these items would appear to be specific to this event.
Yeah, let's take a look at what you got here.
Oh yeah.
Look at that. Oh, Miller got aced out.
I guess I'll have to
Poor Miller.
Miller aced out.
So
Oh.
that's pretty cool, especially if you can do these over and over. That's a
Yeah, so
Yeah.
legendary drops.
You
Yeah.
think, or is it just the one? Is it daily? You know what I mean?
We're
Is it
gonna
a
find out
daily?
right
Yeah,
now
yeah.
before we close out of here. But
I mean,
Well,
but
we're going to have to
daily-
close out of here, but we
Yep.
will find out. We'll put it in the text and let you know.
all right, thanks for coming, everybody. This has been another episode of Test Chamber.
See you next time.
To be reasonably completable for like a little... Ooh.
You did.
Oh my goodness.
God.
Well, hello.